If you'd like to follow along, that would probably be pretty useful. I would suggest getting your video adapter with the RCA-Y video and S-video adapter and connected that to your TV either through S-video or RCA cable to the side or back or what have you. So what we did was we went to System Preferences and then we clicked on Displays, and of course you come up with the typical color LCD option for your primary monitor. Then if you go over to your secondary monitor, you'll notice the NTSC PAL options for the secondary monitor. Now my computer and many of the other computers that we had, it was clicked on the default, I believe, 800 by 600 resolution display setting. And so that was something that we first noticed, that it wasn't projecting in a larger resolution. So we clicked on larger resolution, and if you notice, you should see a difference between the 1024 by 768 and the 800 by 600. 800 by 600, you'll notice more dark area, more black under the display, and 1024 by 768, you should notice less dark area, less black under this display. Now, this is going to help us a little bit later on when it comes to ProPresenter settings inside its display preferences. Another thing we noticed was options, ironically. Under the options on my computer, best for video was checked, but overscan wasn't. Now this is where if you have this plugged into a TV or a projector, you'll notice the difference the most. You'll notice that when overscan is not checked, there is a dark black box around your image. It's not projecting completely on or being shown on your screen the size that your screen is at. So if you click overscan, you'll notice that that will now go full screen and will project fully over the entire image and display. So that was not checked. And that was our problem with the Canopus. The Canopus, of course, is, I believe, bypassing the video card and, of course, the video adapter as it runs through ProPresenter and FireWire and is projecting in a, if you will, overscan mode or typical TV mode, and so you'll see full screen whatever you're projecting. Again, in the settings for the computer, if it's not on overscan, then it's going to show it a different ratio. And so when we would have we'd have ProPresenter set up perfectly to the non-overscanned output. And then when we key over to the Canopus, we would then notice that it would be overshooting because it was not overscanning, and Andy's head would be cut off, and words would be cut off, and what have you. So now we get to ProPresenter, and if we go to Preferences and Displays, this is where we have. I'll show you the other problems that we're running into that we fixed. Now, one thing we got to do is we got to make sure that the display settings for the secondary monitor and the display settings for the in ProPresenter are the same. If we have 800 by 600, say, checked for the secondary monitor, and if we come over here to display settings, and this is, say, 1024 by 768. Update that. I'll show an image. You'll notice that most of the image is cut off, and that was part of our problem before, trying to get resolutions to fit right, and we were like, why is half the video missing? So what you need to make sure is that your resolution for both ProPresenter and the NTSC secondary monitor are the same. So if I change this back to 800 by 600 and update it, you will notice that it is now full screen, and it's taking up the entire area. You're not seeing parts missing to that image. And this also was part of our projection issues, because when we were one computer was actually projecting at a higher ratio. For instance, we go here and we have 1024 by 768, and then the other one is projecting at 800 by 600. When we play a video or show an image, let me show you, play a video here. Where is You'll notice here that this is taking up, I think, less space. I believe this is 800 by 600. And then when we go to ProPresenter options and change this to the max size of the display settings, 1024 by 768, you will now notice that this is taking up more of the dark area around it. And so that was another problem we had. One computer was displaying at 800 by 600, and the second Mac was displaying at 1024 by 768. And so we were having these resolution issues, and so one image was larger, the other one was smaller, letterboxes, and it was just all messed up. So in review, you want to make sure that your system preferences are matching up to that of ProPresenter. So you want to make sure that 1020, if its resolution, their secondary monitor is 1024 by 768, you want to make sure that ProPresenter is also at 1024 by 768. And then also to make sure that you are overscanning your image from the computer. If you're not using FireWire, you want to make sure that that is also checked. Hope that helps, and I hope this eliminates many of the headaches and frustrations that you might end up with on a given Sunday trying to figure out what the heck is going on and why there's dark images and it's not filling up your entire screen.